Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we exploring today?
Well, today we're tackling a topic that's captivated imaginations for centuries.
Intriguing. Lay it on me.
Atlantis.
Ah, the Lost City. Classic.
Exactly. And you guys sent in some seriously interesting sources on it. We're talking Plato's original writings, some modern theories,
Hmm.
even a research paper about potential connections to Antarctica.
Antarctica. Wow, okay, you've got my attention.
So our mission today, to figure out if Atlantis was a real lost civilization or an extraterrestrial colony.
Okay, now we're talking. So, where do we even begin with something like this?
I think the best place to start is, well, at the beginning.
You mean with Plato?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Those dialogues you sent, Timaeus and Critias, they're like the foundation of the whole Atlantis legend.
Right. Plato describes Atlantis as this incredibly advanced island nation. Rings of land and water, powerful military, sophisticated society. It's like something out of a sci-fi novel.
It's a pretty wild image, right? And the fact that Plato claimed it existed 9,000 years before his time, I mean, that's just mind-blowing.
9,000 years. That's
Oh, I mean-
that's before recorded history as we know it.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. That's before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, before pretty much any archaeological site we know of.
So how do we even know if any of it's true?
Well, that's the million-dollar question.
Okay.
Or maybe the 9,000-year-old question.
Good one.
But in all seriousness, despite centuries of searching, there's still no definitive archaeological evidence to prove Atlantis existed.
That's a pretty big hurdle for anyone who believes it was a real historical place.
It is. And some of the sources you guys sent really highlight that. It's like, could a civilization that advanced really just vanish without a trace? What do you think about that?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, like, if Atlantis was as advanced as Plato describes, you'd think we'd have found something by now. A ruin, an artifact, anything.
Right. It's a good point. But that lack of evidence, that's actually what fuels so many of the other theories out there.
Yes. The extraterrestrial angle.
You got it.
Yeah.
Some of the sources you send in suggest that maybe Atlantis wasn't human at all. What if it was an alien colony?
Now that's where things get really interesting. This idea ties into the ancient astronaut theory, which suggests that aliens visited Earth in the distant past and maybe even influenced human civilization.
Right. And some of these theories specifically point to Atlantis. They say maybe the Atlanteans were actually extraterrestrials, maybe even from a star system like Lyra.
And according to these theories, they arrived on Earth something like 50,000 years ago.
Whoa, that's even further back than Plato's timeline.
It is. And those who believe this theory often point to descriptions of Atlanteans having advanced technology, stuff that seems way beyond what ancient humans could have achieved.
Things like weather control.
Right, or energy manipulation. Some people argue that these descriptions, they're actually talking about remnants of alien tech.
It's definitely food for thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then there's that research paper you sent, the one that connects Atlantis to Antarctica.
Yeah, that was a fascinating read. The author basically suggests that maybe remnants of Atlantis are buried under the Antarctic ice.
It's a pretty wild idea. But honestly, who knows? Maybe there's a whole undiscovered civilization down there.
Right. And that's the thing about Atlantis. It really makes you question everything you thought you knew about history, about our place in the universe. It's a story that just keeps unfolding.
Totally. So what do you think? What if we actually found Atlantis? What if it was real? What secrets would it reveal?
I think it would change everything. Our understanding of history, our place in the cosmos, everything. And maybe, just maybe, it would answer some questions about those ancient mysteries that still baffle us today.
Exactly. But for now, the mystery of Atlantis remains. And who knows, maybe that's part of what makes it so captivating. So listeners, what do you think? Was Atlantis real? Human? Or extraterrestrial? Or just a myth? Let us know.